Yes, indeed, powerful people. This is another episode of Breaking the Machine. I'm your host, Ahmad Deport, alongside my partner, Spank the Bank.
What up, though?
And today we be taking another incremental step in shifting the culture. And today we got a very special guest on this program with us today. Very powerful episode. Man, we got an author, community builder, man. This brother is a revolutionary. Really admire to work with, working with the youth in the community out in Detroit, man, in the regions.
The slums.
Yeah, in the slums, man. We got the good brother Jerjuan Howard on the program with us today, man. The founder of the Umoja Village, man. How you doing today, King?
All is well, brother. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. You're not related to Jerjuan Howard, the basketball player, right?
No relation.
I was thinking that. I ain't gonna lie. That did pop in my head when I saw the name. I was
I
like,
get it all
man.
the time, man. I always be like Jerjuan Howard, but no relation. And everybody always get it.
Man, it's a blessing to have you on, bro. Like, we got a lot to get to, man. Me and Spank was talking before the episode. He got his questions prepared. I got my questions, man. I know one of the things that I wanted to get to off the bat, man, is you went to Western, right?
I went to Western.
Western. I kind of want to hear about that experience, man. I don't know a lot of people who went to Western, but bigger than that, like you was the president of the BSU, right?
Yeah, I was the president of Black Student Union.
I want to talk about this whole thing, because our audience is large, like college students and stuff, man. Like, talk about y'all BSU dynamic and like what did y'all do in y'all sessions? Because in my BSU, like it was different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like
Where you go?
I went to University of Michigan Dearborn.
Okay.
So traditionally white university type stuff, but it wasn't like dear white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like dear white people, except we wasn't able to come together to form initiatives like that. Tell me about y'all BSU and kind of how y'all
for sure.
about things.
So man, honestly, the Black Student Union was a start to everything that kind of people see now. It wasn't the start, but it was an instrumental part of it. But through our Black Student Union, man, our goal was to advocate on behalf of the needs and wants of Black students on campus. So we was very political. You know what I'm saying? Like we had, why is our retention rates the lowest amongst any race? Why are our graduation rates the lowest? Why are we expelled at higher rates? Why is our academic holds the highest of any race? Right, so we was political. We was in meetings constantly with the provost, constantly with the president, constantly with the board of trustees. We was organizing. I don't know if it was like this at your school, but man, it was 100 different Black organizations at Western, like 50 Black male empowerment groups and 50, like I'm exaggerating numbers, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so our goal as the Black Student Union was to bring us all together under this umbrella of like, what do we want as a collective for us? You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that meant advocating, bro. That meant like real talk. The university didn't like me. Like,
for real?
Yeah, no, like for real. And I could tell these stories now, like the diversity, equity, and inclusion chair and everything. Like they'll be calling her like what Jerjuan and Khalil about to speak about at this next board meeting. Like it was really like that. And so, like I said, I think it taught me how to organize. It taught me the power of being around like-minded individuals. Because I noticed that too. A lot of other Black student unions, it wasn't as like taken serious. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really serious. But we pride ourselves like, nah, like these things must happen. It don't happen without us being organized. And so that's what our Black Student Union was on. I think we was really about it.
Did you come in as a freshman doing that or sophomore, junior?
So really it was like that sophomore, junior year. So I got introduced to the Black Student Union through my friend Alexis and Raina. They was the president and vice president or something. No, they was vice president and like communications chair or something like that. And I went to a meeting and the brother, one of my mentors now, Khalil Mazi, was the president. And it's a brother like, like I said, we was like reading excerpts from, what I'm saying, like Solidarity Brothers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? At our Black Student Union, that's what we was on. We was watching Malcolm clips and learning like the power of organizing.
Ooh.
Yeah, like we was really
that
on
vibe,
we was really on that type of time. And Khalil, like I said, I ain't never really see up to that point like somebody that young on that type of time that he was on. And so I'm saying I clung to the Black Student Union, and him and I together, I ended up becoming diversity inclusion chair. Really, it's like a vice president position. And, I'm saying, we started tackling issues together and working out stuff. And, I'm saying, one thing led to another, and I became the president. And, man, like, I was giving real life lectures, bro, on Black economics, Black family structure, Black media. What is our role, overall Black progression as a Black college student or a Black college graduate, right? We was really trying to figure out these issues and things. And we built some momentum. I think we did some good work.
It really sounded like some dear white people stuff, man. Like I like that, and I kind of got that vibe. I was watching an interview that you did, and you talked about about the work that y'all was doing, and I was like, man, it sounded like y'all took it real seriously, because like for us it was just homework. We just and that's beautiful in itself, you know, like when you're on a campus that the black people can't congregate in one place, we congregate at the BSU and just do homework and talk, and like, but I was one of the ones who would like try to introduce conversations, like introduce those type of conversations, like, you know, do y'all not see this happening on a campus? What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? And I feel like I would kind of get on everybody's nerves, because I would come every week and do that, and they're just like, man, dog, can we just do the homework? And I'm just like, man, I felt like this is what BSUs is supposed to be for. Man, we're supposed to be radical, like not even radical, but we're supposed to be like hard on anything that isn't pro us. You know, what I'm saying?
Real talk, and that's how we kind of like. And bro, if more, I think college students understood the history of all these black student unions that got that started. And Westerns, ours started in 1968. And after Dr. King was assassinated, they locked themselves inside the student center with a list of demands. Right, they was talking about, it's kind of crazy, the same thing that we was talking about, retention rates, like the black faculty ratio to the black student ratio. At Western, when I graduated, I think it was like less than 1 or 2% or something like that of black professors. Yeah, but we made up about 13 or 14% of the campus as students. So like stuff like that's what we was on, you feel me? But I think if people understood the history of like why black student union started more, it would be taken a lot more serious, because it's real power in that. Anything that deals with money and your tuition, when you paying an institution to do certain things, like it comes with, it's an exchange. It comes with something. And if somebody not holding up the end of the bargain, then we got to come to this table and talk about it. So you feel me?
Y'all both went to PWIs. So like, did y'all see? Not gonna say the racism, but did y'all see the problems that was going on that made like that's what made y'all get into it? Like, did y'all really see problems?
Yeah, I did. I seen a systemic problem. Like I said, bro. Like I ain't joking. Like y'all can look it up right now. Yeah, I'm sure it's still the same. But look up the graduation rates by race in Michigan universities, from U of M to Michigan State to Central to Western to Wayne State. Back then, I graduated in 2020, not too long ago. Bro, we were dead last in every category. Like, our graduation rates were the lowest as black people. Like, you know, our retention rates, meaning like we didn't like come back for our second year. Like all that stuff, we were at the bottom. So like that's systemic. Ain't no way even around, you know what I'm saying? There's some issues and factors that play in for sure. But yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, because I went to HBCU. So like we was already a black union, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely did still had like problems. Like we still had like retention and stuff. Like I remember we did a sit down, like my boy D, and I think D, is it Chrissy? I think they did like a sit down. I forgot what the sit down was for. But they did some type of sit down to get the board on something. I forgot. But I know we had our own black union, but everybody in the school was pretty much black. Yeah. So like that was like I stepped in. I didn't really see what y'all saw pretty much. Like I saw my people every day. So like we was already listening to Malcolm and Tupac and all that other stuff. Yeah.
I think for me it was just like when you on a university like the one that I went to, it's just, and I feel like you could definitely speak to this as well. Like it's like our mind, it's like we're there, but we're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like our minds is trapped. Like we're in this room and we're acting like we're white people. And then this room is the only room we can really act like ourselves. And that was what it was for me. Like, it's like in this room, I'm seeing classmates that I had who always act white, or I don't even want to say white, but they just act not themselves all the way. Yeah. And then when we get in this room, we all kind of relax and just act like ourselves. And that's what made me love it so much, because it's like, damn, we all acting like ourselves right now.
Safe
like,
space in a way.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just weird for me to see that. But I think that was the biggest thing for me, especially. It was just like, man, that room was just good for me. It was good for my soul,
it was a safe
man.
Space, bro.
Having to be there for 5 years, it was just like I needed to be in that room. I needed to be around.
What school you go to?
Renaissance.
Okay, damn. Good school. So my question is, from being from Puritan, like what made you not get in the bad environments? Because everybody, if you ever watched the Black Mafia family on Stars, you know, Puritan is PA that, you know, they used to run with Meech and them. Like, how did you not get caught up in that environment? Like, you know, what kept you away from that?
I ain't gonna say that I necessarily, I did stay away from it. I ain't gonna say that I didn't, but I wasn't like too far removed from it, real talk. Because I went to school right there. I only went to two schools my whole life, John R. King and Renaissance. So John R. King was right there on 6 Mile and Cheyenne, between Schaefer and Myers. But when that closed down my 6th grade year, I went to Cerveny, which is now John R. King. But that's on Puritan and Strathmore. And like, you know what I'm saying? You know Cerveny, you know Cerveny. Yeah. It ain't like no, you know what I'm saying, like no pushover school or nothing like that. So like a lot of my friends, I'm still cool with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that's like still from that area, still dibble and dabble, do whatever they do. But I think, I definitely got to give credit to my family. For sure. And I always prided myself on learning from other people's mistakes. I always been very observant, you know what I'm saying, being able to see like, all right, yeah, I won't move the way bro and them move. Like they locked up now, or you know what I'm saying, just guiding hand from my grandparents, my mama, you know what I'm saying, my step pops. I mean, just like overall, a community embraced me in a way to the point where I ain't never think that type of stuff was like the route to go. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I understood like how some people fall into those type of things because again, it's systemic. But I mean, I don't know. I guess just, you know what I'm saying, being guided. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guidance and rearing from my community and my family. So I got to give like that's the credit. That's where the credit go to. You know, and I think it was important for them too to like not necessarily remove me out of that situation, because now like it's really hard to serve people that you really like don't understand.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. So like even with me being like still in the midst of all that and still like being disconnected from it, like from like my household standpoint, I still walk outside, bro, no, whatever. You know, I think it was important for me still to be there and not like move out somewhere else and act like, you know, it still was important because it actually helps me now. Even up to this point, still be able to understand and still be able to help and still be able to, you know what I'm saying, be relatable to the point where people from that neighborhood still see themselves in me doing certain things. I ain't remove myself from it, but I didn't indulge into it.
That's
that
dope.
makes sense.
Sound like Moses.
What would you say is a common misconception with like community work? Like, or just being like a community organizer in general? Like, what do you think is a common misconception? Because I have a few in my head right now.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that people have like this idea that like, I don't know, like the hood is all bad or like it's like no good people like there. Right? Some like our biggest supporters is people who are quote unquote the ones who, you know what I'm saying, the bad ones, or if you want to call them that. Like bro them who might be, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Hey bro, y'all need some water? Can I cut the grass for you? Like the ones who society might have wrote them off as, you know what I'm saying, the bad apples, you want to call it that. So I think one of the biggest things that, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, I think we just have been brainwashed to think that, you know what I'm saying, certain individuals don't view community a certain way. And I think they do, bro. I think they do. I think it just needs more people to do it for it to become more cool, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, our biggest supporters, most of them, people right from that hood who've been there for a minute, and those ones everybody usually write off. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions about organizing, is that the hood won't support you, or the hood gonna tear it up, or the hood gonna burn it down. Like, man, they take pride in Umoja Village, bro.
Especially the tear it up part. I know a lot of people, that's why they won't build houses in the hood, because they feel like they'll take the parts and stuff out, which
some people will.
Yeah, some people will. But, you know, I feel like it's about talking to people in the community too. Hey, it's my property, it's my block. You know, keep an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? Just how I'm going to do your neighborhood. Like, I think just need more stand-up people in the neighborhood. You just can't be afraid to speak. Really get to know everybody there. That's
literally it. Before we started any building with Umoja Village on Pearson and Stansbury, I met every single neighbor. Like, hey, my name is Jerjuan Howard. We own this land now, but we neighbors. Y'all own it too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I grow here is y'all's. You know what I'm saying? We have an event here. Y'all welcome to come. You see any trash out here, you know what I'm saying? Pick it up, whatever the case may be. And we show love and they show love, and to the point where we all like this on that entire block, you feel me? And that can be duplicated, not just on that block, but every block. You know what I'm saying? Every avenue, all that. It just take the right type of person that ain't afraid to go into these hoods to talk. And that's why I was saying earlier too, off camera, I think with that whole point, people be like, how can you build more Umoja villages? You know what I'm saying? Can you duplicate it over there? I mean, and realistically, I probably could, but would it be the same? No, it wouldn't, bro. Because, like, there's another Jerjuan Howard somewhere on East Warren, or somewhere on 7 Mile, somewhere on Finkel, somewhere, wherever. Our job is to find him or her and empower them with these same tools that I use to build Umoja Village, to build in their own hood. Because they ain't got the same level of respect or relatability or history that I got on Puritan to make this thing go. I'd rather definitely empower them to do so, you feel me? Because their hood will embrace them. Their neighborhood will embrace them once they start to build it out. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like Detroit, we got some good like community activists here. Like,
we do.
We make community work look good. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, we do. Like you got New Era Detroit.
Rafa Wright, man. Like y'all make it look good.
Yeah,
bro.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all
make
do.
It look,
Yeah,
man. Big shout out to Rafa. You know, so he published my first book for me.
Oh, for real?
He published my
first book. He came on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was writing my book, I messaged the black college students. I hit up bro, and we was cool back then, but not really like how he is now. And bro embraced me, wrapped his arm around me. You know what I'm saying? This is the publishing process. This is how you go through this, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? I was 22, 23 years old at the time, and bro really put me together and helped me out a lot. So Big shout out to Rafa.
What made you want to write a book?
Rafa, right.
Man, so the pandemic, as I mentioned, I was the president of the Black Student Union. And I was giving lectures weekly, bro, like real talk. Like Black economics, all that, Black history. And, you know what I'm saying, as you know, March 2020, the world shut down.
Right.
And so did the campus. And so I was preparing for these lectures like weeks and weeks ahead. I had stuff inside my notebook and my Google Drive ready to present. And it just went on ice because no more meetings in person. So it's just a form of, I don't know, self-expression and letting off steam. I was just beginning to write. Just write out my thoughts and stuff like that. Because I also was very frustrated with our predicament as Black people at that time. And I still am, to be honest. But just letting off steam was writing essay. Damn, that's a chapter of a book. You know, and from there I started to outline what the other chapters would be about, what the overall message to Black college students would be. And I felt like I was reading The Miseducation of the Negro, Dr. Carter G. Woodson at the time too. And this is a book that was written almost 100 years ago and it still was relevant. And I was thinking to myself, like, if Dr. Carter G. Woodson could wrote this timeless piece, these words that I'm writing now will outlive me, and hopefully they can help, you know, the next generation or the person tomorrow, whatever, guide them through these steps and through this process. And so I used the pandemic to write my book.
And you said you're frustrated. Let's kind of unpack that. So what do you feel like is the biggest thing that is frustrating you right now with the, is it a political thing or is it like a social thing in our community?
Man, I think it's holistic, bro. I think all those,
shit.
I think it's holistic. I think it's all those things kind of like packaged, you know what I'm saying, together. The most frustrating thing I think is that I know we have the power to change our predicament whenever we want to.
Yeah.
Like we are empowered in every area, you know what I'm saying, whether that's the political, whether that's economics, whether that's education, whether that's whatever the case may be, any topic, you know what I'm saying, any category you give me, we have the power to make a shift or pivot ourselves, right? But, you know, due to a variety of reasons, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is the misleadership class. Some of it is, you know what I'm saying, years and years of backwards thinking or whatever you want to call it. But that's one of the most frustrating parts because I don't think it is just one thing. I think the politics or our lack of education in politics is definitely tied to our lack of education in economics, which is definitely tied to our poor education, which is definitely tied to our unhealthy eating habits, right? Or our health, right? All these different things like are in sync. You know what I'm saying? It's a machine that makes like it's like it's a holistic thing about life. So I think it's not one area that makes me less frustrated, but they all
Make you frustrated.
Yeah, like and not frustrated to the point where I'm a man who never lets my critiques outweigh my contributions. If I'm going to critique something, best believe I'm doing something in that area to try to push it forward. So all these areas I'm naming off, like there is some plan of action to increase or just to make us progress in that area. You feel me? But yeah, it's all, man. It's holistic. It's true. It truly is holistic, especially in a city like Detroit. There's no reason why we shouldn't be essentially dominating every aspect of our lives as Black people in this city.
Yeah, because at one point Detroit, black people in Detroit was making a killing here. You know, we were. That's why I think Detroit like is known for like the Black city.
Yeah,
like,
we
was
everybody,
known.
everybody from all them 90 sitcoms and stuff. A lot of them was based in Detroit.
Yeah,
for a reason.
Martin. Yeah, right across the street.
Yep. What's the story with the twins?
Sister.
Yep, Detroit.
Yep, well, Detroit.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different stuff, bro. But this could be a hub, I think, for Black excellence as we know it. But I think it
definitely
takes
can. I think Atlanta has that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think Atlanta has that? Because you know you just went to Invest Fest. So can you tell us about that? Because the research that I did, it kind of like didn't pay attention to it like that. Like I paid attention to it, but I didn't pay attention to like what they was doing until afterwards, until like kind of the stuff I seen afterwards. Like, okay, is Atlanta really the Black excellence? You know? But
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Atlanta is Black excellence, but I don't feel like it's any more Black excellence than Detroit. It's just a different type of Black excellence. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Atlanta, it's the wealth is divided up in a way where like it's like it's the only place. It's one of the only places you see like people in the hood, like, you know, with super nice car driving through the hood and the Maybach and stuff like that, because it's just like the wealth is just distributed in that way. So it feels more homey. Like the millionaire is gonna live in the hood too with the other people in the hood. You know, like in certain areas we kind of separated. Like the rich people live over here. Like Atlanta's not like that. The rich people live where the the people who might not be as affluent live. So the areas kind of look a little bit better. Like it may be not that your house might not look as good, but the Starbucks look a little bit better. Your house might not look as good as their crib, but the gas station look a little bit better. So it's the wealth is distributed a little bit different because like the wealthy live in the hood. So like the amenities of the hood look a little bit better. Detroit is a little bit different. It's kind of a little separated off. Same thing as Flint, where I'm from, is it separated it off a little bit. But, you know, I think the thing that frustrates me a lot, and you talked about this, and I wanted to get into this, is that whole thing of you talking about black excellence, and then you talk about elitism. Like, that's a real thing, man. Yeah. Like, the reason it feels like we're not doing good, because we're doing really good stuff, bro. You talking about InvestFest, like it's so many black millionaires, all of it. We're doing great. That's whole a media narrative saying that we're like still in the past and we're still, but no, we're doing good.
Yeah, we're killing.
But you know what it is like? If you have a contract, you have a government contract. Why ain't you putting on your brother it's because your brother he ain't gonna do the work the right way, so I'm gonna hook it up. The reason other coaches are going farther is because they do work with their own, regardless of what work they do.
They share.
If the work is shitty or it's really good, it's like I gotta do it with my brother.
And that's facts. That's facts.
Because think about it. And I heard
that's facts. Talk your shit.
Yeah. Because we talking some shit.
You in your bag right now. Talk your shit.
Think about what Elliott Wilson was saying with Drake, with his interview that he did with that one girl. I forgot her name. I don't even know her name.
That was in the bed, bro.
In the bed. Yeah. And he was just like, man, of any platform you pick a white platform to do the one interview that you did in like a million years. You gonna do it with a white platform. That's why a lot of people celebrated Kanye when he finally started doing when he started the press run. He started at Drink Champs.
He did.
And even though he dropped a bomb on there, and I wasn't against what he said. Like he went on there, he was dropping some bombs.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he did it on a black platform.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just like. I can't
talk your shit. It's a sermon today, baby.
I can't even talk about it because I went through some. I don't even want to. I went through some stuff at InvestFest, and it was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying, on the media side, and one day I'll talk about that. But it was just like, it's just like we gotta stick together, man. Yeah, we gotta stick together.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked you that, because the price was $300 to get in for like just to get in, but it was $18. It was $1,800 just to get in for VIP, open bar, all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like just to hear niggas rapping shit. It's like, bro, I gotta pay $1,800 to get some information. That first of all, I'm gonna pay the $1,800. Yeah, I'm around millionaires. I'm around the vibe. That's fine. Yeah. But then I gotta pay another something to get to your door. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is this shit really for? You know what I'm saying? Like $300, that's worth a fucking ticket to see niggas rapping shit. Now, I'm not saying it's still of a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely get what you're saying, like sharing. You feel me? I remember one day we was on the phone. You were talking about like some people don't like to share their info, but you like, I don't care. I'm like, damn, I appreciate sharing your resources. Like that's how niggas gonna make it, bro. Cause like if you look at every other neighborhood, Chinese, Arab, they killing us because that's the only thing that we don't do. We don't share, but it's cool. It's us like us three right here. We about to share, bro. We about to put Detroit on.
Yeah, bro. I think we got to be more intentional with like just our actions, just flat out. Like that's the main thing I always tell people: just be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people just you withhold this information from somebody could be devastating to a whole entire plan or trickle down effect. Like hypothetically speaking, bro, say if somebody never gave me the game on the garden and stuff like that, bro. Like, what does that mean for that whole entire community that I've inspired to grow their own food just off that one person withholding that one connection? Like, if you intentional with your way of thinking, bro, you understand this stuff is way bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? We got to move accordingly. Like y'all say, y'all take teamwork and effort.
You know how to do a garden? You know how to like garden?
Bro, that's what Umoja Village is.
I seen it, but I thought I ain't know you, like somebody taught you how to do. I thought you just did it.
So like, I'm not taking full-blown credit for it. Like my team, man, shout out to the whole entire team. Like Jada, Brandon, Taylor, Leah, Ari, everybody under Ashley, everybody under the age of 26, bro, that built everything that y'all see. Like we all under 26. You know what I'm saying?
I've been to the place and I did see the garden, but I didn't know. So you know how to garden, so you know how to garden some stuff from scratch.
Yeah, like
I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, man, bro. So Detroit is one of the cities that has the most urban gardens in the nation. Like that's a fact. Yeah,
I be seeing them on the east side when I be riding around.
Bro, no, that's a fact.
They be right in the middle. They be right in the hood.
Bro, right in the hood. Brightmo, all that. Baba Malika Keeney. Y'all heard of D-Town Farms?
Yeah, I heard of them.
8 acres of land on the west side of Detroit owned by black people. And they've grown over it's every year. They grow over like 75 different crops, bro. 7 acres. That's a nice chunk of land. Where it's right here. It's not suburbs. It's in the city. And they grow that. They also opening up Detroit People's Food Co-op. A whole entire like grocery store off in the North End area. North End. This is like happening right now. It's scheduled to open up.
I love this talk, man. This is the talk I love, man.
They set to open up, bro, in a few months. Like right now, you know what I'm saying? All about black people. Baba Maliki Kini used to run an African-centered school in the city. That's a legend, by the way. Baba Maliki Kini. Remember that name?
Baba Lincoln King.
Yep,
I worked
Maliki
at a
Kini.
African Center School. Paul Robeson, Malcolm X, and
Yep,
DPS.
Dr. Robinson and them.
Dr. Rob. Okay, you know Doc. Yeah, Dr. Robinson, my dog.
Yep,
Shout out to
bro.
Dr. Robinson. We got to get him on here.
Yeah, no.
So,
Yeah, that's one of the schools we work with where we bring our programming to. Yep. But no, man, being intentional is the main thing, bro. I was telling somebody else, like, we focus on the black dollar leaving our communities at dying rates. And it is. Like, it's crazy how much we don't circulate our dollar. But, bro, black talent is leaving the hood even quicker. People get put on, like, in like gain knowledge and skills and all that stuff and take that talent to go work for, like, Google or something.
yeah.
Or like to go work for like wherever else, right? And I'm not knocking it, bro. But get your money. It's not knocking anybody who works at Google, but more so that talent that was cultivated here is not being poured back into here. And so like it's like a constant vacuum. Like that's worse than the dollar leaving. Like that no one's coming back to invest into the hoods that they come from. That's worse than the dollar leaving, in my opinion, because these talents, these ideas, like, bro, what if I never came back to Puritan? Like, what if, like, I got my degree and everything from Western Michigan and, like, moved somewhere else and was like, whatever. Like, everything that we've done up to this point would not exist. Now, think about that story. Like, that has happened time and time again, you know what I'm saying?
Corporate office.
Throughout our communities, bro. Like, that happens time because the talent is just leaving. And it's a value system that we have. Whereas, I don't know. Like,
That's what it is.
That's just, like, a better route, a better look.
It's just because nobody gonna pat you on the back for doing the right thing.
But
And
that-
it's like, and we not
Actually, there is.
I was about to say, and that's like I think it's one of the misconceptions too. That
There's
like
a
you
lot
don't
of
get love.
people.
Like, shoot, I'm here right now. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like this is I'm here now, right? Like this is important too for other people, like younger people, to get inspired to see like it's not about the accolades, nothing like that by no means. But like for those who might value that or whatever, all right, cool. If that's what you to pour into your community in a proper way and somebody else that does not yourself or your immediate family benefits, then whatever. But there's one of the misconceptions too, that you don't get love once you start to do it. Cause bro, like this love right here, like y'all ain't have to invite me out. Like that's love, cause like y'all seen the value in what we doing. That's real. You know what I'm saying? So I think like it is love when you do this type of work in a genuine way. Cause like again, not many people doing it. Your community will embrace you, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And you make that shit look cool.
yeah, you gotta make it look cool.
Like I like how you post that one. You post a picture in your Chevy in the old school.
No, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
still 25-year-old.
Yeah,
black
but
man.
yeah. And I like that shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
bro. I might throw on a suit every once in a while, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I fuck with the
right
suit
now.
too. I fuck with the suit
Yeah.
look. Like we gonna have to post it when the one I'm talking about. I love the photo you took on your birthday. That was cold to me.
Oh,
with
yeah,
with
yeah.
the black, I don't know if that was black Jesus in them in the back.
Yeah,
but you had
yeah,
a
that
gold
was the,
on. Like that shit was hard. But you know,
Yeah.
like stuff like that showed me like, okay, this is cool.
Bro,
you ain't
I'm
gotta
still
be
normal.
Carlton to do that shit.
You don't, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And Carlton was still that guy. But you know what I'm saying? Just to break the norm. I guess you know people feel like you gotta be not hip, you know,
Yeah,
to
bro.
help your people.
Nah, man.
You know.
Our generation breaking that. Like, big shout out to 19 Keys.
Yeah,
All of them type of
yeah.
guys. Like, where it's looking like it's cool to do this, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's cool to care about your community. It's cool,
Yeah.
it's cool to, like, put your people on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when we change our value system and we control our narratives, like, this thing gonna get switched a lot quicker than people think. You feel me? Real talk. Like, it's already happening. But, like, the more and more this is, like, made cool, like you said, bro, we gonna be better and better.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, and what makes a lot of the youth turned off by it, because they feel like you just, I don't know, you can't be authentic, or you can't be yourself and
Yeah.
do community organizing. Like
gotta
you
be
got to
broke.
be a caricature, or you got to be broke, and it's just like, no, that's not even the case. But I did want to say this real quick when you was talking about the InvestFest thing. I feel like that might have just been like, they charged it a certain rate because of the premium of having some of those people on, like a Steve Harvey or Robert.
Right.
You know, I forgot the brother's name. Robert.
Robert Williams, is it?
No,
The
one
billionaire, Robert
yeah,
Parker or something?
Yeah, Robert Parker,
It's
something
Parker,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's something like that. I know you're talking about that.
And having him on and the other people, because when they did the event in Detroit, it was the same thing, but it was free. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't pay, but I don't know if it was free. But you know, it was free from what I saw. So you know what I'm saying? People coming in and you in the room with millionaires, you networking. So it's just like, I just feel like it was the nature of like the event they put on. It was a high up head cost to do this and that. They had to, you know. And I
Did you learn
understand.
how to invest?
I I don't know. See, I think you're gonna learn what you came for. Like it's like being in a room. Like you're gonna get what you came for. I got what I came for. I got to learn. I wanted to learn about media and increasing, my presence and my following, and also wanted to just tap in. Honestly, just wanted to tap in with certain people. I'm just like, okay, I got to sit down and talk to this person. I got to sit down and talk to this person, and because that's where the real stuff happens.
I'm about to say, and that's like where
that's where the real like
it's relationships.
Like me just talking to you
is.
or me just talking to you. That's where the real work is. It's not really just like me, just like it's like, bro, okay, when can we sit down and have a real conversation? Because I know we all just sitting here listening to the conversation, but when can we really get some work done? Because the work is not getting done here. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is we really gonna get to this work? You know what I'm saying? You been in the community, you doing that work. That's the real work, bro. That's when it's really happening. And I feel like, man, it's like I tell people all the time. Like, some people be like, man, why don't you follow me on Instagram? It's just like, bro, would you rather have my number or would you rather me follow you on Instagram?
Yeah,
I
better give you my number.
The real conversation is more important than the look of being,
because if you give me your Instagram, I'll fuck you.
It's
more like a fuck you.
Yeah.
Relationships is important, bro. That's another big thing. Man, there's so much stuff that I learned. And I'm talking like I'm an OG in this stuff, but like, man, everything I learned in like the first 2-3 years of just doing this, in addition to everything with the Black Student Union and all that stuff, man, relationships is key, like, to anything that you're doing, bro. Like, whether it's like a strong team growth relationship or just like connectivity, how we got here going on right now. That's what really drives a lot of this stuff. But I'm also careful with that too, because sometimes that can lead to gatekeeping, and I'm so against gatekeeping stuff to the point where, like, that's probably why Detroit like this, like it is now. A lot of people just won't pass the baton.
Damn.
And I'm trying to figure out who the fuck started that shit.
Man,
that's
what era started?
I keep hearing about that. That's a real thing.
Gatekeeping is real, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm talking about in Detroit.
It's always been, but I ain't gonna say always been like that. But like, I don't know when it started, because it wasn't like that in the 70s, it wasn't like that in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that in the 90s. So I don't know, when did it really started?
I don't know, bro. But I think they think that like the resources are scarce. So like, I gotta keep it up here and plug my people in. But that ain't even the case. Especially if somebody is ready to take the baton, like, you gotta let them go with it. Like, him or her go with it. Especially if you like, oh, you gotta pass them, or like,
there's a lot of old heads out here that got the game.
Yeah, like, real talk. The reason why Umoja started is due to the fact there was no other like organization doing what we do. So like, I started it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's been trial and error. I just say that, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of the stuff that I've done up to this point, what the team has done. I done reached out to a lot of individuals and stuff like that, but what's divine is divine, bro. You know what I'm saying? It'll all come the way it's supposed to. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a lot where it's like, all right, come on, bro.
It's like that everywhere, and that's why I'm smiling when I'm hearing you say it, because I'm like, I've really experienced that. It's just like, man, you really could, you don't understand what a small look or a small plug could do. Like, I could really take that to the, like, man, sometimes we see like certain opportunity, and that's why you really can't look at somebody else's blessing, because you don't know what they had to do to get that, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes I see certain things, I'm just like, man, if you would have just plugged us in, we could have fed this many people, did this or did that, but you wouldn't plug us in, and instead you gave it to the person you know is not like it's everything is so strategic. Like, even when we was on the campus, and when I was still in college, a lot of us would talk like, dang, they know the right people to put in positions of leadership. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Certain positions, like, I'm talking about the poster child, like the ones that they putting on the picture. It's just like, you know, the ones who gonna really like rock the boat, like, and you know the ones who not gonna rock the boat.
Yeah, bro, that's a very solid point. It's a real solid point, and that's why I'm careful with, like, even like this stage of my life right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just recorded or whatever, but like, I'm like in a position where I think a lot of people don't really know how I think and how I view our communities. I think people like low key, some people see me like that. Like, you know, brother wear a suit, nice smile, like, oh, time, like, there's something different that's going on up here. Like, the intention behind what I'm doing in the long-term strategic plan, I mean, it's something that's, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't view me as that, and they might. What do they view you as? Again, bro, I think a lot of older cats might view me as like, okay, no, it's like okay, you got a guard, he deal with the kids, cool. I don't think they see this. Umoja debate team is a vehicle for me, bro. Not for me, but for the community. It's a vehicle to teach, you know what I'm saying, the kids critical thinking, conflict resolution, confidence, right? The importance of unity and teamwork. On the debate team, the closer, opener, crosses. I mean, everybody got a role to make the team win. So does our community, right? So I call this stuff disguised learning. So like, what I'm doing is, it's not just debate. It's not just dealing with the kids. Like, I'm really trying to create the critical thinkers and leaders that we gonna need for tomorrow. to make certain moves and make certain things shape in a way that I don't think that, like, the current, you know what I'm saying, whatever infrastructure is doing. So that's what I think. I don't think they view me as like as detailed of a thinker or strategic as I am with the plans that I got in motion.
We got to put something together where we can have like a collective of like those thought leaders here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we working on that, bro.
Yeah, like for real, because I feel like that's what Atlanta has. Atlanta has that in a lot of ways.
I'm gonna say I see that though, as you though. Like I see that. What you just said.
Oh yeah, but like the strategic thinker and stuff. Yeah, but I'm telling you, bro, I've been blessed up to this point, but because people like how bro said, they'll put certain people in positions as okay, he is smiling, like, or she is smiling.
But you next to be like,
yeah,
to be in the poster. But
the difference between the brothers in Detroit that I was to my point earlier is like y'all doing real work though. Yeah. Like you got a lot of people all over, you know, the country, and they got good ideas, but they don't have a brick and mortar. They don't have a location like a rapper, right? They don't have a location like you. They don't have a location like New Era, Detroit. Like y'all brick and mortar in the community doing real work on a day to day. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what separates y'all from me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think y'all need to have that thought leader spotlight. Because not only are y'all talking that talk, y'all walking that walk, which a lot of people can't say. You know, you got a lot of people in the social media space, and it's like, man, this dude is a really good thought leader, and he got 20,000 people on his stream, but he's not out with the kid. He's not really touchable. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people just can't.
What's saying do that? You're right, bro. Detroit needs like a black Detroit coalition, essentially. Because remember how I was talking about how like all this stuff tied in together, politics, economics, education, health, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we must approach like our plans for like the next 10 years according to that. And everybody has a say-so on what black life will look like in the next 10 years. But like every leader from those industries must be at that table. They say that, you ever heard of like I think it's the 2000s theory about like white people, the white flight in Detroit? You ever heard that?
It's happening now.
Yeah, so look, this is all part of it. It's kinda,
yes, I did heard it. Yeah,
bro. It's kind of spooky in a way. Like, not spooky, but like
no, it's
strategic.
happening. We seeing it right in front of us.
So when white flight happened, you know what I'm saying, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, in Detroit, they said, all right, bet we'll leave these properties now, let them have it, but our goal is to come back, right? Our goal is to come back in 40, 50 years and get these same properties that we have now for, you know what I'm saying, pennies on the dollar, like a lot cheaper. And so they sat down, the powers that be, the white community, whatever. It was, okay, how do we do that, right? How do we strategically align ourselves or position ourselves to come back in these 50 years and, you know what I'm saying, get this house or this property for cheaper and take back over what was once ours? So they had a few categories in which they planned to do it, like economics, okay? Like pull a lot of the corporate places that provide jobs out of Detroit. Your Farmer Jack starting close and all them other different spots that we had was closing up. All right, the health area, we're going to make this place a nutrition desert. Right, they're gonna leave, and it's gonna become so, you know what I'm saying, discombobulated to the point where people gonna be leaving too. Boom, we control their politics, right? And as y'all know, what Detroit went through with that, right? Control their education, take control literally of their public school system. That literally happened.
They took all the trades out.
Yeah, bro. So like they said that like as diabolical as it may sound, the 2000 plan or the 50-year plan like is working due to the fact of like strategically, you know what I'm saying, figuring out what areas and what categories we must infiltrate in order to make this land cheaper and we get it back for whatever. But I was thinking, like, whether that is true or not, we must be that strategic and that intentional with our way of thinking, bro, for what our next 10, 15, 50 years will look like in this city, in this country, everywhere, right? Will home ownership be at this percentage for black people in Detroit in the next 50 years or next 15 years?
Like 10 years.
10 years. All right, but how do we do that, right? Is there's economics. All right, X, Y, and Z, this is your role in regards to that. All right, we want, you know what I'm saying, heart disease and diabetes low by this, you know what I'm saying, by this percentage. Or how do we do that? Rafi, who's over our nutrition. Or how do we do that by Maliki Kini, who's over our nutrition? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that this coalition should be tasked with the higher level thinking, like the coalition you're talking about, or like the thought leaders, whatever we're going to call it. We should be tasked, all of us, with setting a plan of action what our next 10 to 20 years going to look like. And how do we get there strategically? You know what I'm saying, as a collective. And I think we'll be a lot better off. But maybe that might be happening in rooms that we just not in. But as it currently stands, I don't see how that's possible.
I don't think it's happening because
but it needs to though, bro.
It do. The only reason why I don't see it happen because that's on that conversation is supposed to happen against our age now.
Yeah,
our age group.
I was just about to say that.
50 years from now, shit, I'll be 70. But you know what I'm saying. But like that, because I mean, the old people they can't. I ain't gonna say the old, but the elders really can't, you know, do too much, but give us the knowledge and the resources, just pass it on to us. Like I said, it's a lot of wealthy black men in Detroit that don't get talked about, that have a lot of these resources and stuff. Once you start talking and seeing, bro, it's a lot of wealthy black men in Detroit, man. Like this, it is, man. Shout out to the black men in Detroit. It really is. And they all, I ain't gonna say all of them, but half of them got rich off the plant.
Yep. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out to the OGs who are giving the game and are, sharing the resources. Because there's a lot of them. And I've definitely had a lot of them, even in Detroit, just like people in the industry, man. Shout out Royce, shout out Mr. Porter, shout out, a lot of OGs that, really just spread the light or give you a green light, man. Because I know we can speak, about, people who not really passing the baton, man. But how I feel about it is either you're going to pass the baton or you're going to get pushed over. So it's just like I really be in that energy because, like I said, in every field, it's the same thing, bro. And in media, I see it all day, bro. I see it all day. It's just be like, damn, you really could just change. We could change the world, man, if you just give us one look. But you don't want to give us that look. So now we got to knock down the door. And that's what we've been doing with this show, bro. We really been knocking down the door. And it's just like, man, when I write a book on this, because I know it's a lot of things that you probably want to speak on too, and it's just like, man, it's just not the time. It's like timing, but it's just like, it's a lot of stuff I be really wanting to speak on, like, man, because it's a lot of stuff that's rubbed me the wrong way, and I just want to warn other people. But it's just like, at the end of the day, like, I'm telling you, when all is said and done, like, it took a lot to get to this space. Like, you know what I'm saying? It took a lot. Like, like, man, I be fighting every day. Like, man, people don't understand how hard it is to get certain people on the show when you're not like a nationally syndicated show or you don't have like a certain PR agency that's representing you, because it's damn near impossible. They want to know which one of these few are represent you. If you're not representing you independent, it's not happening. So you got to have some finesse. Like, you got to be the finesse god in order to, or you have to really be strategic, like you said, intentional in order to make this stuff happen. And like, bro, man, it's
all
grind,
part of
bro.
it's all part of the journey.
It's a grind, bro. You know what I learned too? Somebody was saying last week, like, when people don't, and you right, shout out to everybody who does pass the baton and stuff like that, because I think there's a lot more than that they get credit for. But somebody was saying, like, bro, real talk, when you kind of try to close the door on certain people, all you do is make them more resourceful. Like, all you do is make that person more resourceful. Like, if this door closed, bro, I'm going to figure out a way to, like, get around it. And, like, through that whole process of figuring it out, I might have made connections. I might have learned the process. I might, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you smile. I'm sure that has happened to you, bro. Like, somebody just probably could have simply told you, this how you do it. You have to go around and go through all the loopholes. Now you damn near expert at whatever you do because, you know what I'm saying, they made you.
Yeah, they going
I
all
can set up
around.
the whole studio just off the same thing, bro. Resources, bro.
Exactly.
I like that.
You became so resourceful. So, man, it's all a journey. That's how I look at it, bro. When the door, quote unquote, closed or won't be opened by a certain way, I bet it's just gonna build muscle. And when I get around this, like, it's a whole nother ball game. You feel me? Like, now you know how to maneuver.
Is that trauma from us, like, holding in information?
Maybe. Like you saying,
Being
like,
resourceful?
gatekeeping and stuff.
Yeah. Because, like, what the hell? Because remember, we got to think about it. Growing up, a lot of us told whatever happens in this household, stay in this household. Like, little stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you tell one black person thing, they mess it up. Like, little stuff like
That's
that.
true. I think it could be, bro. I think it's a distorted value system, too. I think some people just enjoy being, like, the only one in the space. So, like, you know what I'm saying? If I put you on, it's another black man in here that's doing good work. All right, the boss might not be looking at me the same now. I might not be that token. Like, it's just a distorted value system, bro, that some people carry.
That can come from corporate.
Yeah, bro. Like,
that make a lot of sense. Like, I'm the only brother in here making this good money. Now it's another brother. Damn, like that come back from slavery. Hold on,
bro. I'm telling you, it's a whole value
You
system.
ever seen that movie Life?
Yeah.
That's how the what was dog? Damn, the guy with the old dude with the gun. That's how he was against the mother niggas.
Yeah.
Like, all the same person, but you feel good because the guard fuck with you heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's like deep, and that's in every area of the community, not just like the corporate space. Like, that's in a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, spots and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, why should somebody participate in the debate team?
Oh man, so many different reasons, bro. Most of our leaders, like, have had debate in somewhere in their life. Malcolm X was on the prison debate team. And he literally, in his book, he said he coined debate as his baptism of public speaking. So, like, just to start there, man, the critical thinking that you must grow through in order to sit across from somebody or stand, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And there's a disagreement here, right? Like, this is called a resolution. This disagreement. Like, it's literally war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You must be able to critically think, like, okay, but they're going to say this. You literally preparing for what that person is going to say, what they're going to do, you know what I'm saying, before they even do it. So for one, critical thinking goes through the roof when you do debate. You're confident. So many people, they say America's top 3 fears are heights, public speaking, and death, right? Like, and public speaking is number 2. Through debate, you get rid of all fears, essentially, because you must stand in front of a crowd and stand firm on whatever your position is in regards to this argument, or in regards to this topic. So critical thinking, confidence, conflict resolution is a big one, right? Like, you know how to resolve a conflict. Again, it's an argument, it's a disagreement, but instead of like, I'm about to shoot you, bro, or like, let's scrap it out, I'm about to explain to you why my point is superior to yours. So it's a natural conflict resolution skill that you build up. You begin to learn how to like diffuse situations a lot quicker through debate. In addition to that, just self-expression. You know what I'm saying? We often get told as kids, like, you know what I'm saying, because I said so, or you can't really express yourself in a way in which you should be able to as an adult, you know what I'm saying, or just as you make your way into adulthood. So through debate, you literally are honing in on all these different skills, you feel me? And it's a bunch more I can go on and on about articulation of your thoughts and ideas, literally being able to formulate something in your mind and say it through your mouth, like quickly too at that, you feel me? While opposition is sitting right here next to you or apart from you, right? So, bro, critical thinking, self-expression, conflict resolution, confidence building, the ability to work within a team unit is so important. We work with middle schools. We start young on purpose. You know what I'm saying? You start young, train them into these different things, and they become good at it. So any parent or any adult, real talk, I'm like, next for Umoja, we're going to be in the juvenile centers. Like, that's like our next thing is to form debate teams inside the juvenile centers in the state of Michigan. But that's, you know, like a 2-year plan or whatever the case may be. But all these skills and stuff that we all need, it translates well beyond just debate. You know what I'm saying? We all got to be critical thinkers. We all got to be conflict resolution. We all got to have confidence. We all need to be able to express ourselves with words, articulate our thoughts and ideas. These are all things that you need. So that's why, you know what I'm saying?
Now, in the debate, is there a right or wrong answer?
There's a winner and loser. So I mean, like, no, not necessarily it's not a right or wrong answer because it's opinion. It's opinion based, but it's based around facts too.
I was about to say, because when I teach English, you know, you have facts and you have an opinion. Yeah. But I feel like the facts back up your opinion.
Exactly. Yeah. So for example, right, like one of the topics that we had the kids debate this summer was Black liberation movements should, or in order to gain group power, Black liberation movements should prioritize unity within the Black community over coalition building with other groups. Right. And so that's an opinion. Some people may be like, we need to, you know, rainbow coalition, we need to get with everybody and then that make our movement stronger. And some of us like, no, we have to stand with Black folks and unify us first, then move forward with any other group. So like, it's an opinion, but you can use historical context to support whatever side, you know what I'm saying, that you on. So it's no like quote unquote right or wrong answer, but through facts, reason, and logic and evidence and history, you know what I'm saying, one side definitely could be made superior. That's all dependent upon the deliverer, the person that's delivering that speech as well.
That's great. That's what Malcolm was on. He was telling to get with the people, like us people first,
yeah,
the Blacks
like,
first.
Yeah. Man, we do a lot of good. Umoja means unity. It means unity in Swahili. So our curriculum is African centered, anyways. And I make the curriculum myself. So that's all these topics and stuff that we talk about, like they formulated through the minds of myself and the team to teach these kids. Like it's intentional. We want to be able to think about this stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the topics. We've done a bunch of other topics too. Black liberation movement should prioritize economic empowerment over political representation. And again, that's something you could probably argue both sides for. Like, we need political, but we also need economics. So I mean, it just depends, bro.
Did you read Dr. Claude Anderson book, Group F?
Powernomics.
One
of my favorites, bro. That's a classic. Yep. I actually revisited that book this summer. I revisited it this summer just to, you know what I'm saying? You know how you always got to reread books.
Yeah, I got my another copy.
Yeah.
Mine got thrown in the trash.
I still got mine.
My
god brother gave it to me. I still got mine.
And that was an expensive book too. Wasn't no cheap book.
Nah, bro. Yeah, it ain't a cheap book at all.
Yeah, hearing you break down debating, it made me think about chess. I saw y'all playing chess too. Like it's the same thing, man.
Shout out to Wise Guys Chess Club, Arthur Johnson. Arthur Johnson, the brother, is doing amazing things. Yep, he does something called Wisdom Wednesdays, where I think he's downtown. He done bounced around at different locations, but the brother offers free chess. Anybody that want to come, just to, like whether you're an expert or you're a beginner, you got a bunch of boards out there, just kick it. But yes, it definitely is tied into that. again, I think all this stuff falls under the umbrella of disguised learning. It's disguised learning for the youth, like where they don't even know that they're picking up on certain skills, but they are. It's the same thing like when I used to do yard work as a kid, but my attention to detail now is very detailed because Pops was like, oh, no, you edged that up wrong. And so it's not like no classroom work, but I'm really learning attention to detail through disguised learning. I'm cutting the grass, but it's a deeper lesson that's being
wax
learned.
On, wax off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a different lesson.
I didn't get that, though. I still ain't get that.
What?
Wax on, wax off. Well, I never got that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't either.
Yeah, I never got that. I'm like, what?
I mean, got it, bro. It was just the hand movement.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Wax on. You was blocking. Wax on. Yeah, wax on. But
right, left.
Right, left. No, but they're even doing that with sports now. More.
Yep.
The coaches are really more trying to get more disguised. What you call it?
Disguised learning.
Disguised
Boxing
learning
is a good one for that.
Man, listen, I'm in there all the time. Like I look, like I feel like if I would have boxed, I would have been a great boxer. Just off of the people I be around in there, like the skill set is fucking crazy, bro. And I just be like, damn, bro, if I would have picked up on this, like, oh my God, like the quick thinking, the critical thinking you need, the discipline you need. Like, oh my God, bro, boxing to me is like the best sport for a man mentally. It sharpens you so tough.
Man, it's important, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, and all these skills translate well into the class. People be like, why can't get grades and stuff like that? Like, bro, in order to even be able to, like, be good at ELA, you got to have a little bit of confidence to stand up and read in front of the class.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order for you even to be, like, decent at math, you must be able to think critically and, like, kind of be quick on your thinking. All that stuff is learned, like, essentially outside the classroom. Like, you learn, like, the math, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stuff in the classroom, but it's everything else outside the classroom that plays a direct role in your progress or whatever the case may be inside those classroom core subjects. Like, that's why that's probably like why I'm in the space that I'm in the most right now too, because I don't think as a whole, as a community, we understood that concept of disguised learning just yet.
We didn't.
We don't understand it all the way. I think it's a powerful tool though.
It is. I wish I would have learned like that as a child. Like, I'm learning about disguised learning now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man, but like trying to learn things to better myself in life in general. Like I said, the boxing, or like I wish, like football, the way I understand football now, it's like, damn, why did I ain't get this back then? You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't disguise learn us in elementary or middle school. Now, I can't remember. Yeah. Like, I don't remember being that detailed. They probably did. I just don't.
Though, like, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, discipline or like, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be that come along with it. But yeah, you're right. Like, I think, again, when you know, like, when an instructor knows, like, what the student is receiving is probably different than what the instructor's intention was. Like, I make the kids, like, research stuff, and they might think, okay, he wants to learn about this topic. It's like, no, I want you to understand.
Research.
Exactly, research, and, like, what's the importance of being able to back up whatever it is that you say with the fact and not an opinion. And they just think, I'm just trying to figure out why the TikTok age is what it is. The whole time, my way of thinking is intentional to the point where I'm dang near tricking them into learning what I want them to learn in a way.
Do you get discouraged when they don't pick up on certain things?
No, nope, not at all, bro. Because everybody learn at different rates and different times. Like, with Umoja, we take everybody. We don't turn nobody down. It's not like a tryouts type of thing that we do.
See, I guess it was a difference for me when I'm in the classroom. I think I get discouraged because they take tests at the end. Yeah. You know, them big tests, and that's a reflection on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, technically it is, but it is though. Like, really being in a classroom, getting a curriculum, and like you got to be real detailed. Like, you got to be really on your kids. And I feel like, damn, if you're not that, them test scores are a reflection of me, because I mean, I'm not really putting in the work that I need to for the student to at least catch up a little bit. But then it'd be like, you having so many kids in a classroom.
Yeah, it could be deeper, like he was saying. It could
bro,
be deeper.
Yeah. Some of the factors too, bro. These kids go home. Like,
exactly.
They go home. They go like home. That's like the biggest thing. Like, they go home to their parents, their environment, to their community.
But the school makes you feel like it's your fault,
man,
because they gotta blame somebody, right?
Yeah, they
ain't gonna blame the parents and nobody else. So they gotta blame you.
Yeah. So like,
but nah, bro.
I ain't in the classroom no more.
I was telling my little sister the same thing. She was talking about how she failed the test or SAT or something like that. My little sister's about to go to hopefully Howard University next year. She a senior right now. And she was talking about her SAT score. And this girl done got 4.0s and stuff like that all throughout high school. And she was feeling like she wasn't the most intelligent because she didn't. I'm like, man, that test, don't get me wrong, I mean, like, I guess it's some indication of intelligence, but not really. Not really. Like, bro, like, some of the smartest people I know, like, were terrible when it, like, in school.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've real life met a couple geniuses, like, people who, like, there's no way, like, they that genius level. And like, bro, they was failing classes, you know what I'm saying? But like they were so deep into problem solving and they was just geniuses. I'm sure y'all know people that's like smart, but like not smart when it comes to like book smart. Yeah, bro.
Common sense smart.
Yeah, nah, I don't look at it like that when they don't pick up on certain things right then and there. Because everybody journey differently. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you just plant them seeds, and when it's time for that seed to sprout, it'll do it.
Yeah, a lot of people have intelligence in certain areas, and then they lack intelligence in others. It's like somebody could be like very book smart, and then like not emotionally intelligent, like super aloof when it comes to emotions. Like even I see it a lot in fatherhood. You know, you got men who like super driven, but like they might not have the emotional intelligence for the most basic and simple things. But like when it comes to getting the task done, like this dude is like genius, man. Like this dude is Mozart when it comes to putting something together, you know, building the structure. But I think, you know, we all just have different things that we flex on, balance. You know. Yeah, it's balance, man.
Duality.
Yeah.
Duality for real.
It's definitely a lot of duality. What made you want to work with the age group that you're working with? It's 12 through 14, right?
11 through 14.
11 through 14. What made you want to work with that age group specifically?
Oh, man, just upon reflection of my own life and then just observing, again, you know, people around me. People really be thinking how you start coming into your own, into like your own personality, into yourself, like 9th grade and when you in high school.
No, it started.
Bro, bro, real talk. It start, like for me at least, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
5th grade.
Yeah, I about to say for me it started like in 6th grade. Like I was really starting to like to think like, I started questioning the world and like asking why a lot, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So, bro, I wanted to get them at that age group, like right there in that window to like where their curiosities begin to wonder about the world and topics and the things around them. And so I think it was important, like I said, reflecting upon myself. That's where I started. And then I think, you know what I'm saying, it was important for me to start there with the rest of them and not waiting until they was in high school where they kind of already are not cemented into their personality, into like their way of thinking, but you know what I'm saying, you catch them younger right then and there. So
yeah, no. I was a 5th grade teacher. So that's why I said that you start to see people picking up their own habits or like their own, you see their identity. You really see it in 5th grade. Like it's me being in a whole classroom for a whole year last year, just seeing like some of my students like, damn, this might be them for the next couple of years until they, you know, switch whatever they need to switch. But like, this is who he is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is who he is. He likes shoes. You know, and all this stuff. Cause then you see it in 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? You be like, damn. So 5th grade is really where it's at. Like,
I think a switch happens from like when they get into 9th grade though. Like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, they kind of got a paradigm, and then 9th is just like a completely new paradigm. Cause I had 5th graders this past summer in my summer camp, and that was my first time ever working with 5th grade. Like I said, I normally work with high schoolers, 8th graders, but like them 5th graders, they were just like really like. You could tell they wasn't really programmed like that yet because they still playing around. They jumping with it. They not cognizant of manhood and all this other stuff. They just having fun. Yeah. But like I didn't even notice with the students I had in 8th grade and just they in 11th grade now. But like when I know some in 8th grade, they was just way more like shit. Now it's like when they get in high school, it's like they super self-conscious, super aware of like how other people perceive them. Their perception was a little bit less. Now it's very heightened. It's just like I know how I come off to people. So either you gonna use it for an advantage, like I know I'm an intimidating figure, or I know like you know I got to do this to get this way, or I don't want to come off weaker. Like it just comes there. But you're right. Like when you start working with high school students, it's like their minds is like you deal with a whole lot of like. You know, it's like the clash of the minds. Like you gonna clash with them, man.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. I just seen one of my high school students. He 21 now. And I just seen him yesterday. You know, I was at Little Caesars, grabbing some food for the family. Like, what up, Mr. Davis? I'm like, what up? You know what I'm saying? You know, part of me was about to be like, what up, nigga? But I'm like, this one of my old kids. I can't, you know, talk to him like that. But he's 21 now. But it's like, damn, that's to see him. Like, man, I'm glad you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just that's kind of crazy to me to like see kids,
bro. Like progress. That's one of the goals, man. The goal for Umoja, real talk. One of the like step into the mic, but like one of my goals with Umoja, bro, is to look back in like 15 years and see, like you saying, I always pictured it as like a bunch of lawyers or like just change makers in the community, and like they just conversing, like how you get your start, like how you get into this. Umoja debate team, right? Like hopefully,
gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's
one of like my long term goals, bro, is to look back. You know what I'm saying? Because all this stuff is just, we all planting seeds, dealing with planting seeds.
Your family planting seeds, like you said.
Exactly.
You had a community that built you up. now you're building another community yourself that because you was built up with a community. So like you're gonna have future lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Throughout your program, like you definitely are. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming too.
You feel like college is important? It's gonna be just as important moving forward.
So I'm not like a huge advocate for all college. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on the topic or whatever the case may be. But I really look at college from like what our community needs at the moment. Trades. Right? Like, and trades is a huge thing for me right now. I think our community needs. But I ain't naive to the fact that we need like lawyers, you know what I'm saying, as well. So again, I would like for that to be a pipeline of lawyers created and who think differently about our community. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not like the people who just like thinking how we currently are. I'm not picturing like just like regular right now lawyers, but lawyers who actually use their powers and what they know to advance the community in ways that we probably don't even know that they could. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers literally write in, like they the ones that really write these laws for a lot of stuff that be put into place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think college in that aspect is necessary for our community and for like these kids to be lawyers. But I ain't about to sit here and ever be like,
go to college.
My little sister didn't want to go to college, bro. I would probably like I wouldn't have no feeling towards it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she went to do something else. I'd be cool with that. Yeah. Like, and I support her in that. And you know what I'm saying? But I leave it open to them. But yeah, I ain't really like the biggest go to college.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah, like I ain't like that at all. But it's certain professions. I think we need architects to build up our community. Yeah. So like we gonna need some of them to go to college and learn that, you know what I'm saying, aspect. We gonna need, you know what I'm saying, some people to be the lawyers of our community. For us to be like really sovereign. Like, you know what I'm saying, you need certain things.
So you 25. Where you see yourself 5 years from now?
It's a good question, man. I to be honest, I haven't like really all the way sat down with that idea yet. Because you asked me 4 years ago, I wouldn't be leading a nonprofit for sure. Like Umoja debate team is a birth. It started just off the fact of law school was on my radar, but I wasn't doing law school virtually. And that's when the pandemic, like I graduated in 2020. I was about to go right into law school, and when I was filling application, stuff was still online. So as upon reflection, that's how Umoja debate team started. So like that pivot right there could happen again. I might say that, you know what I'm saying, I want Umoja debate team, and I do want this to happen. I guess you could say this in 5 years, to have a Chicago branch, you know what I'm saying, a New York branch, an Atlanta branch, like in leagues. So just how we have a league here in Detroit, you know what I'm saying, I would create a national type of thing where all these kids from these different communities are learning these same skills we talked about and meeting up to compete. You know what I'm saying, like full blown, like a separate debate system than what we currently have. That's like one of like the long-term goals. But that will happen. But I mean, people always ask me other questions in regards to office and stuff like that. I don't see that happening, but I don't know. I'll never say never. So in 5 years, we'll just stick with that. I think Umoja, the growth of Umoja being taken to the next level is where I see myself in 5 years.
I like that. I like that whole aspect. I like how you creating that ecosystem for debate, because personally, I didn't really even know where like the ecosystem for debate was, because my high school I went to didn't have a debate team or any of the high schools that I know of in my city. So I love that you creating the ecosystem, you know, regardless if it exists or not. It's just like we can create our own ecosystem. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Tell them where they can go to support you, or find you on social media.
Yep. So my social media, my personal, I'm only on Instagram. I got Facebook. That's more like for the fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Instagram is like where I do everything for the most part. And that's Jerjuan.Howard. That's spelled JERJUAN.Howard. Everything Umoja debate team related is Umoja debate team, which is UMOJADEBATETEAM. And that's on Instagram. And then also our land that we own over off Puritan is called Umoja Village. And on Instagram, that's Umoja, UMOJA.village.
And that's where they can go to donate. Like, is there
I'm sorry, yeah, my bad. But you can click the link in the bio on there. But the email to donate, to support, sign up for a newsletter, keep up with us, everything like that is umojadebateteam.org.
Okay,
is our site that you can go to, and everything I'm talking about is on there. You know what I'm saying, from the visuals to the donate now link, all that stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to know. I'm like, man, we got to figure out where we can go to donate, man. I really appreciate you doing this, man. This is a powerful conversation, bro. This is a late night edition, man. This is the guys getting together, man, building on some powerful conversation, man, and hopefully we do some great things moving forward, man, because I'm into the community building, bro.
Absolutely,
yes, sir.
Bro. Absolutely, man. Bro. And let me know however you know, we spoke about it a little bit with the young men you work with about the schools and stuff like that. However I can whether that's, you know what I'm saying, make an introduction to a school
Absolutely.
or whatever that might look like, whatever you need, bro.
Absolutely. You already know my brain firing, bro. Like this is the work. Like I'm seeing this is the table, man. Like 5 years from now, I know we're gonna be doing great things. That's why I tell people all the time when I see them, I'm like, bro, I be talking to future like tycoons, bro. I know I do. I be knowing that certain people I meet, I'm just like, I know they the one. You know what I'm saying? And I be feeling like a lot of people that we have on this, I'm like, we gonna be like in 10 years, bro, we gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely big, man. Jerjuan Howard, man. Spank the bank, Ahmad the poet. This is Breaking the Machine, and that's a wrap. You dig?